Hi everyone. I'm getting ready to start divvying up all this cheese and meat and stuff and getting things put away in the freezers or eventually canned. So nothing complicated, just the process that I go through to keep us stocked up. Let's see if I can get this. Since I broke my tripod yesterday, I gotta. That's good. Okay. So first, what I'm gonna do is get my scissors. Yes, I'm still throwing things. But my brain isn't as muddled as it was yesterday, so that's a good thing. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this cheese up into chunks. And then I will shred some of it. I'm going to try and slice some of it. This slicer that we have, a friend gave it to us. It's kind of flimsy, so it doesn't, I don't know, it's just really flimsy when I'm trying to slice cheese. So this was 6 1/3, 6 pounds. 6 ounces. So I'm gonna make, oh, this knife isn't good, it doesn't have a tip. I make these chunks big enough to fit into my food processor. And then what I'll do is I'll shred it up and then I'll put it into Ziploc bags and throw them in the freezer. And that's it. I mean, cheese is very easy to freeze. And now if I froze the chunks and then shredded it, which is what I used to do, the mozzarella would not shred into shreds. It would be like crumbles. Same with the cheddar. So I just realized that it would be better to shred first and then freeze it. And then when you thaw it out, it's perfectly fine. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, get the cheddar shredded or cut up so we can shred it up. I mean, if you have a food processor, the shredding blade on it, it is so much better to buy lots of good cheese. You know, you don't have to buy the, let's see, this one was 5.72 pounds. Yeah, this was the expensive cheese. I mean, I also get the 4-pound bricks from Walmart when we have less money. Because those are only like $12. But sometimes I just like to have some good cheese. It's just better for my gut. And I know people are saying, what? Cheese is good for your gut? Well, for my gut it is. It's a good source of protein for me. Especially if it's a real cheese. Which is what, you know, that's what I buy at the Amish stores. I mean, you can get it at the grocery stores, but I mean, a brick like this at the grocery store, which was, what was it, $6.65 a pound at the grocery store, extra sharp cheddar is going to be more than that. It's going to be somewhere between $7 and $8 or more, depending on which store you're at and what brand it is. Okay. Okay. So here I have the food processor. Put my first hunk in. Just throw those in there. And here we go. Brick of mozzarella is a little wider than usual. No complaints about that. I always tell the girls at the deli it's better to be over than under, for us anyway. Even it's still crumbling a little bit. I mean, it hasn't been frozen, but I think it may just be because the slices are so big. I could actually make them smaller. So I have Tupperware containers in the fridge that I keep mozzarella and cheddar in all the time because those are the cheeses that we use the most. Because not, you know, in addition to making pizza and Italian food and tacos and stuff, we use mozzarella and cheddar for sandwiches and stuff as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just fold this over and press as much air out as I can. Now I will tell you one thing. When I got my food saver, you know, I was all gung-ho to what do you call it? Vacuum seal everything. And I started vacuum sealing my shredded cheese. And what happens is basically with all the air moved out, the cheese becomes a chunk again. So that's why I'm not vacuum sealing. I wonder though, I have not tried vacuum sealing chunks. I wonder if I did that, if it would make a difference on the texture. I'll have to try that. Maybe I'll vacuum seal a couple clumps, a couple chunks. See what happens. Yeah, since these were so big, the pressure was causing it to be crumbled up instead of nicely, well, it's still crumbled a little bit. You know what, maybe in my fridge it froze a little bit. Now, some chunks, some shreds. this one actually ended up nicely shredded, better than the last bag. Okay. Cat, don't sit on my cheese. So that's basically it for this. So I'll just fast forward through the mozzarella and the cheddar and then come back in real time. Okay, cheddar and mozzarella are done. Now I'm going to do Monterey Jack. That'll be it for shredding. The Monterey Jack I typically use for Mexican night. Usually if I make like enchiladas or quesadillas, I like to have the Monterey Jack with the cheddar. Okay guys, I got my slicer all set up. Alright. I'll do some Swiss first. Now this thing is, yeah, it's very lightweight. It's nowhere as adept as the slicers they have in the delis, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, do you have the lucky thingy?
Yeah, I had it on. Okay, Swiss cheese done. Again, this is mostly Scott's snack cheese, but we do use it on sandwiches too. Where's the it's right there. Well, you can't right now. You're gonna have to wait. All right, provolone.
Just a small slice or so.
This is good for exactly what I'm using it for, and not much more. Yeah, we definitely need a heavier duty, heavier duder. Not helping. Heavier duty slicer, especially if we're going to be doing our own pigs and getting cows.
Bacon.
Bacon. I got sliced bacon on it. I think it'll be okay for bacon. No, I've got 6 pounds of bacon in the fridge that needs to be sliced.
I know.
All right, Moonster. Oh, I forgot to put the plate. Jalapeno Moonster.
Oh, I would not eat that.
It's good. It's not that hot.
Where's your original monster?
Right there. Trophies. It's not that hot.
I would eat jalapenos.
What is that?
Jalapeno Moonster.
Is that like pepper jack, basically? More than likely it looks like.
Well, yeah, but it's Moonster, not Jack. Just don't remember to put my plate under.
Not even.
It's not spicy at all, really.
It's
It's just got a little kick.
Actually lesser than pepper jack.
Yeah. Oh,
What's pepper jack?
That type of cheese. It uses Monterey Jack cheese and they put little pepper flakes in it. No, it's not. That's not spicy
hot peppers.
for me. Daddy doesn't like a lot of spice, so
They have a lot of cheese. They have the ghost pepper
God.
cheese now.
Okay,
and,
they can have that.
yeah.
They can have that. Bologna chunks. Oh man.
Garlic bologna. Okay. Cheese and lunch meat slicing is done. I'm going to clean off the thing and then get the bacon out, so I'll be back in a minute. I just got caught a glimpse of the time. It's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to stop the prepping for now, and we need to start dinner. So let me get this cleaned up, and I'll get everything ready for dinner, make dinner, and I'll be back. I'm going to christen my new pot today. Yay! Okay, so lasagna soup is a family favorite. I could easily make it every week, and I don't think that there would be any complaints. I guess I shouldn't assume, but as well loved as it is. So I'm going to put some oil in my pot, And now this is going to be another example of how I change up recipes, because I do not follow the recipe except as a guide. So the recipe calls for a pound of lean ground beef for a half Italian sausage. I use a pound of sausage, Italian sausage, and a pound of ground beef. Onion, garlic, pepper flakes, gonna use those. 124-ounce jar of Prego. I don't use store-bought sauce, so I'll be making it my own. 8 to 10 cups of low-sodium chicken broth. I've got my bone broth. 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I've got my own. Tomato paste, balsamic vinegar, sugar, basil, parsley, oregano, salt, pepper, bay leaf, and then the lasagna noodles. And then when it's done, you put in a half a cup of cream. So, I mean, for the most part, I follow it, but I do my own things too. I'm a rebel like that. Okay, so let's get this broken up, and then we'll go over and chop up our onion and garlic. The heat down to medium, and then we'll let that slowly cook. Okay. Our onion peeled and our garlic peeled. Remember, I always call this the top, but it's actually the bottom, because that's the top. So I just take a little slice off the bottom. And then I just go like that, and the peel comes right off. Yay! Don't need no fancy gadgets. Excuse me, I dropped my onion. Okay. This knife is sharper. So we're gonna dice up a whole onion. Now, as far as the beef goes, I'm going to use my... Where is it? Didn't I grab it? I didn't grab it. Alright, well, I'm going to use my home canned beef. Because this is the perfect type of recipe to use it in. Light's getting low, yeah. I'm going to change the batteries. Sometimes the onions are slippery and they slide away from you. See, like that. throw these in the pot. Hey Jarrett, can you grab me a small jar of ground beef, please? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we'll get our garlic minced up here. Can you put new batteries in that for me? Please. Yeah. I'm just mincing up the garlic. This is a big old one. I've got this thing where if I've been doing stuff with my hands for a while, my fingers lock up. Scott just yelled out carpal tunnel. Yeah, I do have carpal tunnel in my left arm hand. Pretty bad. So if I've been chopping or slicing or doing stuff for a while, my thumb's really, and my thumb got worse from crocheting because I was like on a crochet frenzy for a while there. And I haven't been crocheting so much lately just because my thumb hasn't stopped hurting. So I think I'm going to have that looked at. It may be time to start considering carpal tunnel surgery maybe. Okay. Thank you. And let's put some light on this. Oh, wow, that's a big difference, huh? Okay, so here's my ground beef. There's actually 0.75 pounds in it, but that's okay. Let's go back over to the stove. Got a nice pond growing on the bottom of my pan there. As Chef Babbage likes to say, Binging with Babbage is one of my favorite cooking channels. This is a fits. No, it doesn't. Let those onions sweat just a little longer, and then we will add the garlic and start adding all the spices. And this time I'll remember to add the garlic before I add the liquids. Alright, back over to the table. So we've got all of our spices here. Got to get some cans open, some jars open. Chicken broth. Chicken broth. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. And paste. I need to get one of those tubes of paste. I just throw it all in there, even though it only calls for 2 tablespoons. I just throw the whole thing in there. All right, where's my recipe? And get you back over to the stove. Garlic. Okay, need 1½ teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of basil, teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. Alright, let's get this stirred in there. Now we'll add our tomatoes. Tomatoes and chicken broth. Just getting the rest of the tomatoes out of the jars. Now the chicken broth. Balsamic vinegar. Oh, look at that. 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar. 1, 2. We need the tomato paste. going to throw a bay leaf in. And then we're going to bring this up to a boil. And once it's boiling, then we'll add our noodles. Got my handle covers. I have to make a wider pair because these fit my Cuisinart pan. I mean, they fit, but they may not stay on, so I don't want to risk it falling off into the fire because, you know, I'm clumsy enough on my own. Well, we're starting to get some movement. It's starting to boil. So this bag of lasagna noodles is 1.3 pounds. So I'm just going to use half of it. That should be more than enough. Maybe a little more. Okay, let these stir it around a bit. Get it back up to boiling, and then I'm just going to put it on the simmer burner at the back and let it simmer for about a half an hour. Now on the menu today we were supposed to have garlic bread. I did not make any bread today, so we're just going to use the rolls left over from last night. Those will be perfect. And I'm supposed to make brownies. I don't know, we'll see. My stomach's starting to act up again, so we'll see. It's not like it takes that long. It's just when these pains start, I really have no appetite. But I probably won't be eating tonight. Fun. Huh. Oh, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so there it goes. It's bubbling. I want it to get to a rolling boil, and then I can turn it down to simmer. It'll be fun moving the pot. I haven't yet lifted the pot full. Oh, that's heavy. There we go. So we're going to let that simmer for a half an hour, and I will be back when it's done. Okay guys, I'm back. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. So now I gotta pour some cream into it. Some heavy whipping cream. Oh, and I gotta find the bay leaf. There it is. Get the bay leaf. Here we go. That is the lasagna soup. Get my ladle out. Put some mozzarella. There you go. And Parmesan too. Sometimes we put Parmesan. That's lasagna soup. We've got our bread rolls here from last night. There you go. Very good. Okay, guys. I go relax a little bit and either make brownies or not. Let's see how my stomach's doing. And let's see, tomorrow, creamy ranch chicken, rice or noodles, cucumber tomato salad with poppy seed dressing. That is dinner. And if I don't do the brownies tonight, I'll do them tomorrow night. We don't really need them tonight, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.